and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the most electrifying podcast in sports entertainment. Welcome to the Under the Ring podcast. It's me, your boy, the double champ, the Warhawk, Carlito. Of course, I'm joined by the forever IC champ, the leader of the NWO, the final Maddie. What's good, brother?
What's up, y'all? The weekend is almost here.
Oh, it's the weekend for me.
It's the weekend for you. Kenny is starting his weekend early. That was me last week. I was on a super weekend. That's why I showed up just dead randomly on Friday for that little split second. But I'm having myself a good old time. It's almost the weekend. It's hot as hell, so I'm just enjoying myself in the air conditioner. So.
Yo, Matt, funny enough, man, I could tell we are NWO brothers. Do you know earlier today, before I took my shower and I went to work, that's the T-shirt I had on today, my Gargano. That's literally the T-shirt I had on today, the entire day. People are like, do it yourself. No one do. Damn right, DIY. Damn right.
Oh, when they used to let us wear graphic tees, like basically wear whatever we wanted, basically my closet to work. Oh, and I got pissed off with training the idiots one day. I got so sick of it. I wore this shirt, and I was just like, this gonna send the message. I was like, don't ask me no questions today.
Right. Nobody gonna do it for you. Do it yourself. Exactly. You better do it yourself. Joining us, folks, our street team captain, the man, the myth. Give it up for. Do you believe in Jose Hendrito? Jose Hendrito.
I don't know how to say believe in Spanish. I gotta freshen up, but
what's going on, brother?
Hendrito and Hendrito.
Hendrito. Sounds about right. Speaking of that, let's get into some wrestling news. Well, folks, the big news that is coming out of everything and every report, Shawn Michaels pretty much let us know it was a done deal by what he put. I can't even pronounce this girl's last name. I'm not even going to lie to you. Stephanie Vacor? Is that how you say it? I cannot pronounce it correctly.
Vacor. I have to say, Stephanie, the first time I saw her was at Forbidden Door. That was literally like, oh, okay.
Stephanie Tupac Shakur. That's what I'm going to call her. Stephanie Tupac Shakur. That's what I'm gonna call her because I can't pronounce that last name.
Stephanie, please crush me with your thighs, Vakur.
I'm gonna be 500% honest. I'm not excited about this signing because you know what? I don't know anything about her. I'm not gonna sit here and how a lot of fans always say, "Oh, AEW doesn't tell us anything about anybody." But WWE do it, and we're all accepting it. No, I'm going to be honest with you. No, I'm not accepting it. I'm going to give WWE shit the same way I would give AEW shit. I don't know shit about Steph. Unfortunately, watching CMLL and all of that is not something I do on the regular because I don't have access to it. So I don't know shit about this girl. The first time I saw this woman was in an AEW ring against Mercedes Moné. That's all I know about her. I mean, granted, they put on.
You want to see more of her? I was like, all right, cool. I wasn't expecting her to be in WWE though.
I wasn't expecting it to be this whole big, oh, she's coming. Like, I know nothing about this chick.
I think Forbidden Door helped persuade them maybe to sign her because apparently she did try out for WWE a couple of years ago. And before AEW existed, she was a WWE fan. So WWE has always been her end goal. So from what I read online, Mr. Khan was interested. But again, she wanted to be at WWE. because they gave her that whole on her first trial, like, oh, you did okay. You got something. The whole Dusty thing. You got something, kid. But
like I said, my first time seeing her was in that match. I thought, oh, okay.
What I remember,
they put her
she's the one
really
who
good match.
She's the one who beat what's her name, Gilia, for the New Japan Strong title. She was the CMLL World Women's Champion and their tag team champion.
All I know is she hit Tessa Blanchard with the ultimate fuck you. Yeah, this is my last match, but I ain't putting your ass to fuck over. You gonna eat this fucking pin. That shit had me crying. Matt, you said that, and you heard my reaction. I was like, Steph was like, welcome to Mexico, bitch. No, you're not winning. That shit had me dying.
Like, apparently on her way out, she pissed off a lot of the CMLL folks and all that, because apparently she was backstage at Heatwave, so she no-showed her show at CMLL to go to Heatwave, where they turned on that was the final, that was the official visit, and They got her to sign on the dotted line.
Because HBK damn sure the next day said, welcome to the WWE family, Steph.
But I think TK did do like a promo video when they announced her versus Mercedes. They did like a video package for her. I just don't remember it that much.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I knew nothing about this woman before that match. I saw the match. I said, okay, she's really, really good. This should be interesting. I had no idea the plan was for her to jump ship to come to WWE. Now, after looking at that one match, I'm trying to figure out exactly where she's fitting in the whole women's roster picture, because it looks like she might be a couple of steps above what NXT has going on right now. So I don't know if they want to drop her in there. But it doesn't look like if she goes to the main roster, she's going to be in the main scene of it. So I guess NXT is the first stop.
I mean, the main question is, can she speak English to connect with the WWE audience?
That's
because wrestling is one thing. Wrestling, everybody's going to be thrilled with what she can do in the ring. Because she cut a promo.
If she can't cut a promo, then they're going to have to find a manager for it. Plain and simple. And let's be realistic. She can't cut a promo. Zelina really ain't doing nothing on the main roster. Let her be her manager. Zelina ain't doing nothing but losing. Let her be the manager. So, and I know I saw another meme where they were making fun of it. They were like, "Oh, soon as Steph gets to WWE, she's either going to be throwing in LWO or Legato, because that's what they do. They like to clump everybody together." And I'm like, that may be the case, but in this particular scenario, it might work out, because if she can't speak English, then yeah, she's going to need a group or something around her to make her seem relevant.
Listen, if she gets us with Legato, that's the best fit, because they all speak English and Spanish. They could translate for her, especially Elektra, because Elektra ain't doing shit either.
Good point.
Elektra is just there to look good. Don't be shocked if at some point in time Elektra be gone and it's Lola. Lola replacing that ass again.
Because she damn sure did replace her and then came back. They came back to hoot them. Oh, yes, that is also a very good point. That is also another reason why she did not go. Yes, you are correct about that, Mister. Welcome, Damien. Good to have you.
What's up, Damien?
Uh, that is also a very good point. Apparently, there's a person that is on the AEW roster that used to be married to her, and there was a very, very, very bad DV incident. And apparently, there are a couple of superstars on the AEW roster who are on the side of the husband. So, yeah, it would have been a very uncomfortable.
Rush ain't the husband.
Rush is not the husband. Rush isn't the husband. No, Rush is not not the ex. No, Rush is not the ex. Rush is not the ex. It's somebody else, but Rush isn't the ex. Either way, that's between Court and here at UTR. We don't do that. We don't do that. You know what?
Yeah, apparently
they could definitely do that.
Like apparently, they're gonna basically treat her and Julia just like they did Asuka. So they're gonna be in Orlando and NXT, learning the American way. Like they're gonna learn how to live life here in America.
Listen, if anything, Asuka should be the goddamn ambassador. What's going on, Her Majesty?
And if they're gonna continue that feud between them two from New Japan / CML up in NXT, you already know that they're gonna be fucking each other up.
They could continue that feud, but the thing about it is, why not have them interact with other people? If we know that they've already had a feud and we know that those two can cook together, like let that be a build-up to like a mega match. Don't just let it happen right off the rip. You know what I mean? Like if we all know they have a background, eventually we're like, oh, so when are they gonna have them meet? When are they gonna have them meet? When are they gonna have them meet? Like let it be that. Don't let it be the first one. You know what I mean? Like that's my opinion. You know, but guess what? I don't write for WWE, so that's why my ass was broke doing the podcast.
I don't write for WWE either. I do. I don't. I'm excited. I went into all of this just saying, all right, Julia gonna be the person that's they just wasting all this time for Roxanne so she can finally lose to Julia. I wasn't expecting to get no Stephanie, though. Andrade, he got probably about, I'm going to give him till SummerSlam, fantasy-wise, before they're going to have to do something. Because
they really are.
Like, at this point, to me, it sounds like they're just treading water with him. And I agree with you, Damien. I can't understand nothing he says. Like, when he cut that promo for Money in the Bank, and all his promos, I'm like,
my whole thing is this.
You still can't, he can't, it's too garbled. So you can't understand. He's trying his best, but it's like, bro.
Does Charlotte speak fluent Spanish? Because if Charlotte doesn't speak fluent Spanish, I'm sure this man's accent is not that fucking thick, and they're having him play it up. Because there's no way in hell. How the hell do we talking about Ric Flair here? Drunk, old, punch drunk, drug induced, Space Mountain, definitely part-time racist when he wants to be Ric Flair. There's no way he was letting Andrade come into his family and Andrade spoke no English.
Andrade he tries to speak it, but it's like he's still like learning almost. I don't think he can really speak English that great.
So then he must if she can't talk Spanish, then
she's on Andrade level Spanish where he is on English.
Oh God. Oh God.
She's fluent in English and he's fluent in Spanish.
out here sounding like what's that old shit back in the day?
She out here
Dating myself real quick. Reggie, help me out.
Like
Was it Muzzy? Muzzy, the big furry animal that used to speak Spanish? Is that like yo? And they try to get your parents to buy it for you for all the kids.
Yeah, I remember that stupid ass commercial. I used to just stare at it. I'm like, I don't want that.
All right, so it was Muzzy, right? It was the big fucking furry animal shit.
It had like that and other languages, but I would just stare at it like I don't want this because of this big. I don't know what is this big furry thing. No, right. Why is it trying to teach this language? I don't know what this is.
Donde está la Biblia?
It kept playing that on Nickelodeon every time. I would just be like,
nope, no thank you.
Right, I'm like, I'm poor.
No thank
I don't
you.
want this.
Right. So, like I said, I didn't even factor into the point that you guys brought up about Steph not being able to speak English, and that is a good thing. That is a good point because, as we see, if you can't speak it, they're not trying to. That's the one thing I will say about AEW over WWE. Because we know a lot of those Japanese stars that they have coming over do not speak English well or barely speak it at all. But they will still push that particular wrestler, push that particular feud or whatever the case may be. Even doing shit like dubbing over during their promos or something like that. So,
yeah.
Listen, Durag Vince definitely hung out with some brothers to get to say what he was going to say. The other Vince that was around, I don't know. But Durag Vince, definitely.
R.I.P. to Durag Vince, the best ECW champion of all time.
Damn, just disrespect Taz, RVD, all of them.
Nah, the best WWE CW champion of all time.
Okay, there we go. Oh, shit.
Cookies? Yeah, that boy Cookies. Y'all wasn't here yesterday. It was just us. It was Cookies had him a little second date.
Cookies, you had a second date with him? Yeah. Oh, shit, Cookies. I wish we could stay on after the show so you could tell us how it went. But like I said, so big superstar, we'll see. Go ahead, Cookies, and I hope you're making them earn it. Like I told you, make them motherfucker earn it. Make them earn it. Oh shit! Hey, now. That's what's up. Let's go. Also, listen.
I believe it.
No, we believe it. No.
It.
We definitely believe it. But that don't mean we still can't. I don't mean we still can't root for Cookies to get some. Like, what the fuck, yo? That's what we do here. Nasty or not. Once you fam, you fam. We got love for it. That's cool. Now that's cool. In my Uncle Carlito voice. I do want to bring up one thing. Since I wasn't here yesterday, and I know you went over NXT.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not even going to hold you. When MSK showed up, when the Rascals showed up in the middle of Wesley speaking, pretty much, we all are. Oh, yeah. What you call when the Rascals showed up for Wesley's speech, and they said, dude, we miss you. I felt that. I felt that shit.
Man.
I was like, yo, this legit is like, this really was like that fucking cousin that you ain't seen since like last family reunion.
I was about to say the same shit.
And that is your main dude, yo. Like you ain't seen him since last family reunion, and you finally run into him. That's what that moment felt like. Joining us, ladies and gentlemen, the former champion, the good owner, Mr. Mike Hall.
Fuck you.
See, Mongo ain't here. Say some hot shit. Mongo ain't here to bring you back this time, nigga. It's just me. I remove you. You removed. He can remove himself. Oh, bitch ass. Mike, hop your bitch ass back on this damn show. Hop your bitch ass back on this show. Are you removing yourself? The nerve of you removing yourself. How dare you?
He said he ain't gonna give you the power.
First of all, motherfucker, that was my internet.
Oh, damn.
My internet was here, you talking shit. I'm like, let me shut this nigga up real quick.
Right. Removed himself. Like, how dare you take away my privilege? Don't you ever in your life do that again.
You know, our season coming. Leo season almost here. You know what? Leo, we are some petty motherfuckers.
The king petties. But yet, Batty, he was really almost, Wes was really almost in tears. When I was almost in tears, I was like, nah, this is a legit family reunion. I haven't seen my brother in forever. And then what makes it even better is the fact that not only was sorry about that. Now you get excited about wrestling too. Right. Not only was like Wes feeling excited about it, the fact that Zachary Wentz was back on WWE television after the way that he got let go because of what he got let go for made it even more like special. Because look how long we've been waiting for Zach Wentz to get back in WWE. And then we were like, yo, he's here. And you could tell it was like pure delight with Wes. He was like, what are you guys doing here? Like, I can't believe, like, my friends. That's exactly what it was. It definitely was like the kid who didn't know if his friends was going to come back for summer camp. And he finally sees them in the cafeteria like, oh, you guys are here. That's exactly what that shit was like. That's exactly what that was like. Right. Right.
Like, that meme on that show, you're like, oh my God. Wow.
Oh my God. Wow. Nah. You know what that was, Mike? That reunion was that one meme that you send to me that I bust out laughing when you see your favorite cousin. That one meme that gets me every single time. Mm-hmm. That's what that was like. Mm-hmm. And he was like, come here, boy. That's what that was. That's exactly what that was. Also, speaking of Tuesday, unfortunately, AEW, I'm going to take a shot at you right now. And the reason why I'm going to take a shot is because of the way you treated TNA. slash Impact at the time. Do you see the way WWE, even though it's WWE programming, they are still letting people know this person is from TNA, and they are still pushing that other promotion to help with the collaboration that they're doing?
Right.
TK, all you did was show up on Impact and be like, yeah, this show sucks. Watch AEW. Yeah. WWE
He
just
ain't know how to be no. He ain't know how to be no character.
like
Really, the only
WWE just let someone from another promotion get a major pin in the main event on a WWE roster person who's in the top title scene.
mm-hmm.
So it's not like they just let him just beat anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I am appreciating the way that they are handling this collaboration between TNA and NXT. I really am appreciating the way it's being handled. What I do want to see more of is I do want to see more TNA women over in this NXT ring. That's something I do want to see. I do want to see more bigger names from NXT showing up on TNA TV screens as well. I'm sorry, Charlie Dempsey ain't it.
Eventually, NXT is gonna have to deliver some.
Right. You're gonna have to give up the goods.
Something.
You're gonna have to give up the goods. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's keep it a buck. The only reason why TNA was involved with Impact at the time was to further push
Yes,
that
Reggie.
Kenny Omega's storyline.
Him being a belt collector.
Yeah, it was to further push that storyline.
Yep, literally.
That was all.
And the
it
thing
was.
about it
They
is,
didn't care
and the thing
about
about
having
it
that
is,
roster. They cared about
they
the
didn't,
belt.
they didn't even have him lose it to a TNA guy, really. Like, Christian was still technically on AEW's roster, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lost to an AEW guy who was just formerly
TNA
known,
original.
was known for being on TNA.
They operated off of semantics with that.
Yeah. They didn't let a TNA, they didn't let a true TNA guy beat him.
Right. They didn't let Moose
TNA
or
legend
anybody like
Right.
that.
beat him.
They didn't let Moose or Josh Alexander beat him for the belt. They just used semantics and said, well, we're just going to have a former TNA champion
Beat you.
Kenny Omega.
Which is ridiculous. Like, AEW, but the thing about it is, I'm only shitting on them with TNA because I have absolutely no complaints about the relationship and how they're working with New Japan. You know what I mean? Like, they're doing the right thing with New Japan.
Well, I think that's more so Tony Khan just being a fanboy of New Japan. And a lot of
they quote unquote doing the right thing with CMLL right now, I guess. They didn't already put a title on one of their guys. Granted, it's a title we ain't gonna see. It's the ROH, it's the ROH title, but so what was the beef with TNA? That's why did you treat them so bad?
They just wanted to big time them because they just wanted to make it seem like they were the big dog.
Uh-huh.
But the thing about it is, it's like, why would you treat the show that your viewers have way more access to than New Japan bad? Like it's much easier for both of you guys to get your ratings up since you both are American TV shows.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's hard for you to push. Oh, you got to watch the G1 climax. Bro, I'm not getting up at 4:30 in the morning to watch a 10-hour pay-per-view. Because, New Japan pay-per-views be long as fuck. They be long as. That's where AEW get it from. New Japan pay-per-views be like 30 matches. Everybody on their roster wrestles every pay-per-view.
Man,
every pay-per-view.
Their pay-per-views are literally, that's who AEW literally copies off of. They're just WCW and everything else.
Yeah, he did.
Moose showed up that one time
and lost.
Yeah, and then who's the other ones? The Good Brothers. They were on AEW, low key, just being the backup dick riders.
Dude, they had the Good Brothers holding on to their belts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really the last time. They showed up to collect the check, and then they was gone. Next thing you know, they was back in WWE.
It's like, I think what made that experiment fail was because Tony Khan, he operates as a wrestling fan. He doesn't operate as someone who understands the wrestling business. He operates simply as a fan. Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Yeah, Damien, no.
Yeah. HBK and Triple H, they understand the wrestling business. That's why they're able to have success with this partnership with TNA. That's why they're able to have Jordynne Grace not only show up at the Royal Rumble, but look great. And they acknowledged her accomplishments while she was in the Royal Rumble. They're able to capitalize on the fact that Joe Hendry is over wherever he shows up.
Dude, I was just getting ready to say, they mentioned Tuesday, Joe Hendry is the longest reigning TNA digital media champion with 366 days or 266 days, something like that. Like, they mentioned the actual title and the length of his run. Like, this is a working relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, AJ Francis was backstage too while he was there.
Why?
He's the person who beat Joe Hendry.
What was I gonna say? Hell, and we mentioned this Tuesday.
I don't think he's the person that beat him, but I mean, he debuted against Joe Hendry, and he's the current digital media champion.
Like, they showed up. They showed the actual TNA graphics when their wrestlers appeared.
Mm-hmm.
They could have easily, like when the Rascals appeared, they could have easily had Trey Miguel, Zachary Wentz, and Black and Gold TNA NXT colors. No, they had their actual graphic. Would let the viewers know, oh, these guys are from TNA. Oh, actually, these guys are in TNA. Oh, they're connected to West. Well, let me tune into TNA.
Right.
And it's something that's so simple because in today's world, all this is just a graphic. It's so easy to just migrate it over. Hey, can you send us over your graphics real quick? All right, cool.
But like I said, they do all of that with fucking New Japan. Like, think about it. They have Red Shoes.
Yeah.
Red Shoes is the ref. There's no one more famous than Red Shoes. I'm not Okada, not Omega, not fucking AJ Styles. No one is more famous in New Japan wrestling than Red Shoes, bro.
Like, if it's a New Japan, if it's for the IWGP title, Red Shoes is gonna be involved. Like, he's their Earl Hebner.
You know what I mean? So they do it right with certain companies. It's just a complete sadness with the way that they did with fucking TNA, because I feel like TNA could have helped AEW so much more just because at that time you had Scotty D running it. So you had a creative mind. So you would have had more stories that you could have told with that 1,000-person roster that you have. Scotty D could have found something for just about almost everybody and had people looking good in losses, which you could have just continued on from and go from there. You know what I mean? So that's why I think I'm so like I felt like AEW missed out on a true learning opportunity.
It's like Matt said. They basically tried to view TNA as if they were beneath them.
Yeah, they took the opportunity as, oh yeah, we got the deeper pockets, so we can shit on them. Like,
and it's like, who the fuck are you? You're still young in this game. TNA is older than you.
Right.
As many issues as TNA has had in the past financially and things like that nature that's been well documented, TNA is still here.
Right. At the end of the day, just because he's a crackhead don't mean he ain't still your uncle.
Exactly.
He's still your uncle, crackhead or not. Whether you wanted to be or not. Like,
he's still an OG.
Right.
When they said respect your elders, AEW did not respect their elder at that moment.
It could have been, like I said, it could have been such a learning situation for them because the one thing that we complain about with AEW is sometimes their lack of being able to find enough things to do with a lot of people on their roster. Now, at the same time, WWE needs to do exactly that too because WWE has quite a few people on their fucking roster that they're not doing nothing with. And like I said, I'm not just going to sit here and just shit on AEW. Oh, no. I'm going to shit on everybody. Okay? Now that they're, like I said, I really wish Scotty D was still running it because the creative, you figure you get HBK's creative ass mind, Tripp's creative ass mind, and Scotty D all together. That's that. You could have had some serious shit going on. You know? What if the people that Scotty D had backing him was WWE when he wanted to buy it? And they was like, and they were like, hell no, we're not trying to give up that library for that little bit of money.
I doubt it was Dill.
But what if it was like somebody within it? Because they never said who Scotty D had backing him, but they just said a bank and some other investors. But it was like Shane. Speaking of Shane, just a sideline and still stay within the realm of AEW. Have you guys also been hearing rumors that possibly Shane could be showing up in AEW?
I've been hearing it, but I don't think he's gonna show up.
Apparently, what has really gotten a lot of people up in the uproar was the fact that Shane and Mercedes bumped into each other in the airport very recently. And we're seeing talking and just really like, yo, I miss you, blah, 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 da, 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 da. And Mercedes has been very cryptic and quiet about what took place during that meeting. And she was just like, the people that you see, and hey, you just never know. And she put like the little eyes.
Shane McMahon be everywhere. Shane McMahon is apparently like the norm of some section at Yankee games. Like they saw him, and like, hey! Like when our folks show up and we get happy, that's how they. When they saw Shane, they're like, hey! I sent y'all the videos where Shane McMahon is randomly training with Derrick Henry. I'm like, why is the King hanging out with Shane O'Mac? That's weird. Shane McMahon just be anywhere. And then his son is what he goes to college in like Indiana. Like, dude. So Shane's just anywhere and everywhere. Just
Right.
living.
Like Shane one time, I saw something where somebody was like, "Oh, in Japan, running into Shane." It was like, what? Like, what are you doing there, bro? Like, so who knows?
I think that's just Mercedes just stirring the Twitter pot.
But here's the thing: if he was to show up in AEW, is it betrayal anymore since his father no longer runs it?
I mean, didn't his father fire him?
Several times, yes.
He left.
And the last time he left.
This last time he left, and then Vince retired, then he came back, then he got fired, and
Right.
now he's just rich. But I just feel like Shane is always in WWE, but at this point,
that's not gonna happen. That's not.
Nobody's gonna ever. The funny thing,
you know how much money Tony Khan and his people have?
Like that's the crazy part about AEW. As much as we can hate AEW, as much as people can shit on AEW, and we can compare it to WCW because that's what I've always called it from the get-go. Like their presentation and the way they do stuff is WCW down to them being on the same channel. But their booking and some of their booking is New Japan in the point of stables, and titles. And
I'm glad you mentioned that because I got something to mention about that too.
But like all that bullshit, it don't matter at the end of the day because this is a side hustle. This is a side hustle. The family already owns an NFL team. NFL teams go for billions of dollars, so they're billionaires.
And they own soccer team.
Soccer team
that goes for even more billions of fucking dollars.
And they're just running. This is just running basically. AEW, in my opinion, is probably running them $100 million, if even that. And that ain't nothing compared. That is just one contract. That's basically Trevor Lawrence's contract. Trevor Lawrence's contract is probably AEW's, the whole running everything for AEW. Right. And they can just keep doing this. It don't matter. They already got they can go to Wembley because they already got the connections because they got the soccer team over there in England. Then they can come over here and run. They got the NFL stadium. They own that stadium. Oh, and then they can bend the city of Jacksonville over to get a new stadium. So they rich. They can just do whatever they want. Like AEW can keep going until they just say they're bored.
Yeah.
So that's really the reason why they decided to shit all over on Impact. Like that's why they decided to shit all over TNA because they're like, hey, we here, and we gonna be here forever until we get bored, until he say it's over, which is a bad thing. That's the bad part about all this. Their roster is bloated because they don't know how to say no. It was bloated before they bought ROH.
You know what's funny? And this ain't got nothing to do with Shane. I'm still thinking about whole WWE TNA relationship. You know, when AEW fucked that up, WWE was just looking at TNA like, cousin.
Yeah.
Cousin.
I mean, they've been cousins for the longest, even if they didn't even want to recognize it. Every time somebody left WWE, the next place they went wasn't on AEW. It was always TNA.
You just call me Cutting Pete. You just call me Cutting Trips. He was telling them, you just call me Cousin Trips. Okay? We're going to take care of you.
Speaking of, like you said, stable after stable after stable after stable after stable, I sent this to you guys earlier with regards to the AEW Trios Championship. AEW interim EVP Christopher Daniels stripped Jay White, Austin, and Colton Gunn of the AEW's Trio Championship. This was after the group attempted to use the Freebird route to replace White with Robertson as champion. White is still on the sidelines in the storyline due to injuries suffered at the hands of Hangman Adam Page and then Owen Hart semifinal round match. Daniel said that Bullet Club Gold will get a chance to fight the Patriarchy at a date to be determined later by him for the vacant titles.
I guess they want us to be intrigued about these damn trios titles. The trios titles, I haven't been excited about them since it was the Elite when they were coming out. Carry On My Wayward Son. That was really the last time I cared about those titles.
Listen,
the last time I'm gonna be honest with you, Matt. I'm even older than you. We all know I'm the old.
Oh, I remember the old school. I'm just saying for AEWs.
No, the last time I was excited about a 6-man championship, Magnum TA was still able to wrestle. Okay.
Nah,
the last time I was excited about a 6-man.
AEW was when House of Black had it, because House of Black was pulling out them special rules for the matches.
Not even that. That didn't even. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't even interested in that because I was so pissed that was the first fucking piece of championship that Malachi Black had in AEW.
It ain't his fault. That's just Tony Khan. He got too many toys to play with, and he don't know how to give them all equal time. To see how quick Ethan Page, look at all that time Ethan Page was in that company, and he ain't do nothing. And in 6 weeks he became NXT champion.
Oh, that's because again they don't have the proper writing. They don't know how to properly write out storylines and keep them consistent. I tuned in because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I haven't been watching much of AEW at all recently. I
watch it for recaps and YouTube and Twitter.
I just so happened to tune in, but just a split second last night, and I saw Jericho having Samoa Joe in the walls. I said, "What the hell is going on here?"
Oh, apparently that because I was just like, "What the hell happened?" They did that. They had to write him off because they're getting ready to film Twisted Metal. So Samoa Joe got to go to work.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like,
if y'all haven't seen Twisted Metal, Samoa Joe does a hell of a good job. He does a hell of a good job.
He's like, I gotta go get this other paycheck.
This paycheck that I know that people will actually recognize me for.
Right,
y'all are killing me over here.
Let me have some fun over here.
But I agree with Damian. The Trios title has been a shitty gimmick title, like the 24/7.
It really has. It's terrible. It's like, come on.
It's the only reason we have so many stables.
Right. Like, because we have so many stables, you figure, okay, this is a great title to have.
Nope. The stables are good. No, there is no dominant stable. And if they do get dominant, they lose the titles at their like 2 or 3 title defense.
And then they had too many damn titles to begin with. You had AEW, then you had ROH. Then they have a third set of titles at one point.
They got rid of they fused all the trios titles. Yeah. They fused the ROH and the AEW ones.
Yeah.
I believe. They fused them. Yeah. Bullet Club Gold won those off of between them and the Acclaim. But because they tried to add Juice Robinson into this title defense, they've been stripped, and now they'll be added into a match so they can basically win them back, aka basically what they did with the Elite after they got suspended.
You could have, and I think that was the problem. You shouldn't have had 2 sets of those belts to begin with.
That was the problem with them. I said that I agree with you because that was the problem from them buying ROH. Because I'm like, why are y'all buying a company that has a set of titles? It's just like when they did the NXT women's tag belts and the WWE tag belts. No, why we got two belts that are the same thing?
They could have simply put those belts in the archives and say, "Oh, if you want to watch the ROH trios belt, go to YouTube or something, or go to ROH.com."
Because it was cool in ROH. It was cool for them. Then AEW trying to be like New Japan, and ROH also was trying to be like New Japan. It's like, all right, y'all can't be doing the same thing. Y'all's developmental. As far as ROH is developmental for them. Yeah. Their NXT don't need no trios title. Their company, they got enough gimmick belts as is. Their belts as is are gimmicks. They don't need trios. Y'all need to just take care of your tag teams. Your tag division has been your biggest strength from the start. We don't care about no trios. Just leave it to that and build out your TNT title picture, your international title picture, your continental title picture. Combine them like Mike been saying.
Intercontinental Championship, Tony Khan.
Oh, we got what, MJF versus Will Ospreay next week. So is MJF gonna beat him for the belt?
Absolutely not. We also got Swerve versus Okada next week too.
That ain't for the belt, is it? That's just champion versus champion.
Yeah.
Okay. See.
But even then, why is that a match without that's not for a title? Like,
because
why even put that Continental Championship on Okada?
Because it can't be for a title because Swerve will be defending his belt at All In against Bryan Danielson, who won the Owen Hart tournament.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was going to be Hangman, and I was so wrong. But hey, Hangman has joined the Elite. So
who is he defending against again?
Bryan Danielson, baby, Mr. Fita.
Mr. Fucking.
He won the Owen Hart.
Oh God.
Here's the thing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a 50-50 chance that he may win it or he may not win. And when I say that, it's because we know this is his farewell tour. That's number one. So that's all the reason why you're like, okay, they're not gonna let him win if it's his farewell tour. But also because it's his farewell tour, Danielson has even said that he's going back to right a couple of wrongs that he did, that he should have completed. Basically, he's trying to say he's going to get his lick back on everything that he lost, including, the world title.
That man
trying to say
knows he is about to be on. It is the end, and he said, "Yeah." Man, when I said I didn't wear no belt, I lied.
Right.
Come off that belt. I think I want him. I think I like the sound of being the champion before I leave out of here. So I'm gonna need that off you, Swerve. You had a nice little run. I'm ready to bring back the hip belt. That's all I want. A hip AEW title, baby.
That shit is gonna be a big ass weed leaf.
We love the planet's champion.
Yeah, that would. Yeah.
And that gave us Kofi Mania. So it's time for us to get world champion Bryan Danielson one more again.
And not for nothing, it wouldn't be bad because if Swerve goes over Bryan, it looks good on Swerve.
Right.
And if Bryan does win, we know it's because it's a farewell tour. So it's like you can't be mad at it. Like,
right.
So whoever beats him for it is going to get that push. Like, oh, I'm the one who beat Bryan Danielson at the end of his run.
Which would be Will Ospreay.
I honestly would not be shocked. Hangman's gonna screw Swerve over.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And Danielson, that's how Danielson's gonna win that title. And Danielson is just gonna have him a nice little. He gonna go on that little John Cena run. That little he gonna do classic. He gonna be trying. He gonna do some classics, and then the final countdown. Will Ospreay gonna retire that ass.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So the final countdown is gonna literally be the final countdown.
Blade. He gonna hit him, blade his ass into retirement. When he wakes up, his ass is gonna be in his house, bouncing his kid on his knee.
I don't write for AEW often, but when I do,
listen.
What Maddie and Mike do, they be cooking.
Listen. Definitely. Ospreay is definitely the one who will beat him for that title.
Well, shit.
But that's gonna be the most dangerous fucking finale ever, knowing this man got an issue with the neck and brain scenario, and you gonna throw this high-speed bullet elbow at it.
It's either gonna be it's either one or two people that's gonna retire Brian. It's either gonna be Will or it's gonna be Hangman.
Either one ain't a good look. Either one ain't a good look.
Right.
If not Lariat get this nigga whiplash, it's over.
Because either Hangman is like, I screwed Swerve over, I'm gonna beat Swerve's ass. He just gonna beat everybody else's ass and then be like, you vegan boy,
come in.
I want that belt. I want real leather, not this vegan bullshit. Nah. So
it's a possibility.
He also, gonna die either way. He either gonna get English death, or
since we brought up the Owen Hart Finals. Since we brought up the Owen Hart Finals, we might as well say Mariah May has won the women's division of the Owen Hart tournament, and immediately after whooped Tony and Luther's ass. Whoop now that I did see. I made sure to go look back at that, bro.
I thought it was gonna be Tony who was going, he was gonna give him the old Triple H thumbs down, like fuck you now.
Yo, did anybody ever tell Mariah May that when you use a prop, you ain't really supposed to use the prop? She was fucking Tony up with that shoe. I was like, oh nah. Like, yo, pull back, mama. You ain't supposed to do that like that. I was like, oh.
So you gonna bleed? You gonna bleed.
She stuck that heel all in Tony's brain. Like
that was a good ass cut job that Tony did. Cause she was gushing. That she did
Ric Flair gushing.
That ugly face, I was like, oh yeah, she got that classic ugly Ric Flair ugly heel face. And you just crying, but you busted out. And I was like, okay. And then when she kicked Luther in the balls, I'm like, oh damn, Luther down. Then she boom, pushed him through the table. I'm like, oh, she business.
She took that motherfucking heel, dug that shit in her forehead, and then said, she beat Tony in the face with the flat part of the heel, like it was a chancleta. And it was somebody, she was like, wah, 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 wah. I'm like, oh, nah, chill, baby girl. Like, you really getting leather. Like, I see the blood on the shoe. That's how I know you really touching her.
So that ain't right. Even the backstage shit that they showed, I think it was on Instagram or Twitter that I saw, they bringing Tony backstage and she's still gushing. I'm like, God damn, that fucking cut job was crazy.
Yo, Shout out to Tony. Shout out to Tony. Now, you asked this: are we sad about this? Absolutely, absolutely. It was one of the greatest HLA moments ever. Now we got Butch. Now we got Butchman Day.
Apparently, I saw it last night on Twitter. Apparently, this whole storyline is based off of some movie back in the 50s called All About May. But they basically used that movie. The movie basically plays out just like the storyline, where the girl starts out as a fan of her idol, where she slowly but surely manipulates the idol into basically doing whatever she wants. And she's like, all right, I got everything I want. Boom! This is that part of the movie. Everybody is like, they broke it down and went all the way back to when they even signed Mariah May. And they said it's all about Mariah. The name of the movie is All About May. And they're like, y'all, it was right there, clear as day, but because ain't none of us heard of this movie,
right?
It just played out. Me, soon as she took that ass whooping, and I'm like, all right, she didn't beat Luther's ass. She didn't basically just whoop the shit out of Tony. I saw that and said, instantly, All About Eve. She destroyed. As far as I'm concerned, she just beat the timeless out of her. There is no more timeless.
I've seen that movie.
She can't come back as timeless Tony Storm. She got to come back as booty shorts, shades, backwards cap. I'm about to whoop some ass, Tony, because she just beat the timeless out of her. She can't go back to that. Luther, you got to go, my boy. You had a good run. They gave you all this time to get these paychecks.
Peace.
It's time for regular Tony Storm to come back.
I don't want regular Tony. Regular Tony wasn't with the shits. Timeless is with the shits.
Hey, thank you, Cookies. I couldn't remember. Ain't nothing wrong with you watching the movie. Hey, somebody got to keep that arrow alive. That story, hey, you see it played out.
I've seen that movie. I've seen that movie.
Hey, Gone with the Wind is still a great movie. Somebody's still watching it, so it's in the Library of Congress.
I've seen
the Nelly Band-Aid. Yes, the Nelly Band-Aid.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Unless she comes back as it's either gonna be Mariah just fully taking over and taking the belt off her, or timeless Tony comes back. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do.
At this point, who else can be Tony Storm? She's literally run the gambit on everybody. And the thing about it is, she's run the gambit on everybody quietly but loudly, and not being the main event, still being overlooked by the secondary belt.
Because that's you went right into what I was gonna say. Because if she beats Mariah, then there's only one person left as far as we're concerned, and we're all basically on the same page. It is basically on the collision course of the Collector Mercedes versus Timeless Tony. And then Mercedes is going to have 3 belts.
Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. First of all, they threw it's so ironic, right, that we talked about this exact same thing earlier with Kenny Omega. And they're going to do the exact same thing with Mercedes, because they threw the goddamn Brinks truck at her. They're going to make sure that everybody that she is literally AEW CEO.
Listen, she's not a bad person to have being the face of your division. She's very well known. Like, not even just for wrestling. That fucking Mandalorian is a hit on Disney. Disney Plus.
I mean, she's making sure that when she does eventually return to WWE, that
the name Mercedes is going to be able to get her paid.
Right. She is making sure that her, like, she gonna be worth it. She gonna be paid. Like Charlotte and
I ain't mad at her.
Charlotte and Becky, each like Becky right now, just chilling.
Actually, Becky ain't even. Actually, Becky is very smart.
She ain't even signed. She just chilling. She ain't even signed the contract. She just waiting.
But you know why she's very smart too? Because her contract ended right around the time when her book really dropped and got popular. So she's making and fist over for that too right now.
She's just sitting up waiting to see whatever woman about to sign. And just like, all right, y'all just price up. Y'all just running the price up. Oh, y'all got Stephanie Verker? All right.
As much as I can't stand Becky, she'll be worth every penny.
Listen, Stephanie Verker, what this chick did, she pulled the Kawhi to AEW like Kawhi did with the Olympics. Then got everybody hyped, like, showed up for that practice in Vegas and said, I ain't gonna be able to make it, y'all. I'm gonna head on out. Thanks for coming out.
Shut that ass down. Listen, you're not about to be doing that for America. You're gonna be doing that for us.
Like, nigga, you got fucking boneless knees.
We are the ones
that keep your ass.
Yeah, they threw the Brinks truck at Grand Hill. Said, get this nigga off the roster now.
All right. Jaylen Brown should have been all mad. Talking about, how can you not pick me? Like, boy, shut up.
Nigga, you better rest.
Go ahead and go out there and play. I'll be praying on y'all's downfall. Ain't gonna be no Banner 19.
Step to LeBron. Took his talents to South Beach. Ha! Damn sure did. Took his talents to Orlando, the PC.
Because I definitely was like, oh, she going to AEW. That just means I'm gonna be seeing more of her. Cool. And like, we start seeing rumors. I'm like, all right, cool. There'll be some rumors. And Mongo's like, just before I'm getting ready to do the show, oh, she signed. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, thank you, wrestling gods. I mean, I said I liked her. Like, and it wasn't even like stuff like that. It was just like, all right, this girl pretty cool against Mercedes. I want to see more of her, and I ain't trying to watch it on CMLL. So when she signs to AEW, that's when I'll be seeing more of her. Cool.
When's the last time? When's the last time either one of y'all found a link for a CMLL or pay-per-view?
I ain't never even watched. I'm not watching that. I'm not even gonna bother trying to be honest. I CMLL on Twitter.
First of all, I didn't even know who the hell they were until they showed up at AEW.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I know of them. I don't know what they do.
The only Mexican promotion that I ever knew about, I felt was AAA.
Right.
AAA, and there was another. I forgot the other promotion. Maybe it was CMMO. There was always a lot of midgets. I remember that shit.
I've heard of them too.
There was a lot of midgets and fucking weird ass bull costumes and shit.
Yeah, CMLL TNA was doing like Cookies just said. Yeah, TNA had all the connects. So like I would see these people, but because I would always see them so often on TNA, it's just like, yeah, I know of y'all's company. I know the letters, but I don't really I don't keep up with y'all. I know of y'all.
For me, I found out about them like maybe 2 years ago through social media.
Like I usually watch their stuff through clips on Twitter because
that's what I'm saying. That's how I see it. That's how I see it on like Instagram or Twitter. That one of those pages usually share. Watch this fucked up clip.
Like that's usually how I either watch it through that or it's like, somebody from WWE has made their CMLL debut, or they're having a big show. So this person, coming up over there, this person, is coming up. It's like, oh, okay. It's like a lucky boom match. I mean, they're like John Cena, they're Roman Reigns, and TNA's Roman Reigns. It was like, all right, cool. Yeah. Back when TNA was actually trying to do that, the old school TNA. So yeah, I was just excited. So I'm still excited to see what she's gonna do. But I wasn't expecting WWE to just swoop in. That's the way they did that was some old school Vince McMahon type shit.
Right. That shit in the 13th hour, boy. And they're like, yo, listen, come here, baby girl.
They were like, hey, we got tickets for you at Heatwave, but I got a match. I said, we got tickets for you at Heatwave. Click. Hey, I'm here at Heatwave. All right, y'all have all the best damn matches y'all can put on right fucking now. Trick. Hey, I'm retaining tonight. No, the fuck you ain't. If you paid, bring that ass on over here, buddy. This is your belt now. Here you go. See, Sam? See what happened? He just got here. He got a belt. This can be you.
I didn't think about that. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. I did not think about that. They brought her in and be like, look, see what we can do for you. He ain't even been here 3 months, baby girl. How long you been down there? And you just got yourself a belt? Terrible.
We barely
right, baby girl. We do you right up here, baby girl.
We barely even remember his name, and he had the belt.
But his music is ass. Don't think about the music. Don't think about the music.
Eli Page? Ethan. Oh, yeah. Ethan Page. Yeah. You got a new champ.
I'm going to be honest with you. Do y'all think it was right for her to do that? Yes and no.
It's fucked up.
Listen, the no part of me, because, you know, you would like to keep your agreement, keep your word. The yes part is WWE gave you the bag. Fuck them other jobs. You just got the bag. Like that. I'm sorry. At the same time, that's how I feel too. And I'm not putting myself at the risk of being hurt where I can't get this bag I just signed for.
I mean, she did it as she tried to do everything in her power as far as I'm concerned. I don't blame, and I'm with both of y'all. I don't blame her for leaving as abruptly as she did. I mean, she did everything, but she went where she wanted to go. I feel like, yeah, she probably wanted to tie up loose ends, but oh well, they'll be all right. She gave them their belts back. It ain't like it's the 80s. It ain't like it's the whole big scenario, the big situation, controversy when Ric Flair fell out with Jim Crockett and all them, and he just took the title and he showed up on WWF television with it, and then they got mad and tried to sue him and take him to court. So they took the title back because they're like, oh no, you're not to be on WWF television with the world title. Shit. Right. Because he was on WWF television calling himself the real world champion. So they're like, oh no. So, and I feel like, hey, everybody wins as far as I'm concerned. They got their belts back. She is safe and she's paid. Everybody wins.
That's how I see it. Everybody fucking wins. But yeah, but Betty, yeah,
Mexico is wild. Just like in our group chat when we was talking about the cartel. The cartel is crazy down there. They do crazy things, and they make their way up here because they do news stories about it here. Because apparently, we're out this area of Kentucky. They like to just traffic stuff through here. So that's what I've been reading about in the last few months and few years I've been living here. That's why I stay.
And this is where we put Matt on mute so that way Matt don't go missing because
he
has said enough.
I don't know them people. I just
said too much though. You know something going on. You ain't supposed to. You supposed to act like you know. Lord, pray for them. We gonna
My name Bennett, and I ain't in it.
man, listen.
Hey, everybody is cool with Matt. We already know that. We already know that. So yes, I would. Batty is correct. I would be the one that gets paid by them just for being cool. Hey, that's cool. That's cool.
Man gonna fuck around and say, "Wherepa?" They're gonna say like, "Wrong nation."
I ain't saying. I don't say anything half the time. I just do a nod. I just be like, "What's up?" They get happier. I say, "What's hello?" They think I'm one of them.
I hope so.
I know so.
That way we make sure your ass stay on this damn show.
I know so.
But Matt, you brought up the you said hold on, what happened? No, nobody wants that.
Right.
Nobody's thinking about that in life. But that's something else. You said
look at the Dark Side of the Ring episode about Bruce and Brody. That's all you need to know.
What you got? You said you had the 2 matches that SmackDown has announced already so far?
Oh, so far announced for SmackDown, all they got is Nia Jax versus Mi Chen. And then the tag team of Angel and Berto versus the new tag team of Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews.
The 8 ball and the cue ball.
Apollo Crews.
The 8 ball and the cue ball.
The
Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin standing next to each other look like the Easter M&Ms. That white M&M and that black M&M. That's what that shit look like sitting next to each other. It's terrible. Why would they be a tag team?
They ain't got nothing better to do. They just putting anything together, I guess.
They can't send them back to NXT.
They just left NXT, so they ain't gonna send them back. Like that's the only 2 matches they got.
Nah, I don't think Baron's gonna get the pink slip. I think what they need to do is throw them 2 back into the mid-card title scene. Once you get this belt off of Logan Paul, it's gonna be
right.
Because like even though we talk about how Logan Paul is a pretty good wrestler or whatever, he's a part-timer now.
And he's had that belt like SummerSlam. Like that SummerSlam is the end of his reign. Like he beat Ricochet for that title, and he had a bunch of title defenses. He had a WrestleMania win. All right. LA Knight needs a title, and it's time for LA Knight to win it. It's time for LA Knight to have the title. That's been what they're building towards. So I believe LA Knight should be losing that belt. Should be winning that belt in Cleveland. But I'm gonna be losing that thing.
I still think, and until it doesn't happen, I'm gonna still stand by what I said. He's gonna be a world champion next year.
More than likely.
He's gonna be a world champion.
Especially now that it's not unified. You're damn right. Hold on. Question, since y'all mentioned Ethan, what's your thoughts on WWE? I don't think it's the correct spelling. I don't think it's the full correct spelling of his name. I think it's like a letter off or something. So that's why he's allowing them to trademark it. So even if he does leave, I think if he uses the correct spelling of it, I think it's okay for him to be able to use it. So I know it's like little loopholes like that you can get away with shit like that. So listen, where's Ethan gonna go? He's literally going everywhere.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with him being trademarked at this point. I mean, he's already won the NXT title, so there's nothing
Exactly.
more.
It's
Like
only up.
they're all in on him. Like, and then the
That's
kid is
more than
going, where else he gonna go? He been everywhere.
literally.
Yeah.
And then, not
Like,
for nothing, you know, WWE love guys who have a good social media presence. So even if, say, he steps away from the ring, he'll be a great social media person like Titus O'Neil and what's the other one?
shit.
Natty and shit. Like,
No, Natty gone, baby.
Natty apparently last night on Dynamite, because they were in Calgary, Mercedes called herself the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will
There
be.
will be.
And apparently everybody was like, oh shit, Natty showed up. And like I've been saying, I said
No.
it was me, Kitty, and Mongo on here. I was just playing around. I was just like, I was playing, but I wasn't playing. I was just saying, like, yo, I'm tired of Natty. I'm tired of all the best of all time. I'm tired of her showing up just on NXT and not winning the NXT title and doing all this bullshit. I'm just ready for her to go on and go do something else. Get
Guess
a
what?
baby. And then it's like, y'all
Oh.
got her. He was like, no, Matt, be nice. And apparently, she was thinking the same thing I was thinking, because her ass is probably on the way to AEW to be Natalia Neidhart. I'm cool with her. I was just ready for her to do something else. Like, there's nothing. If she was not going to win the NXT title, because as far as I'm concerned, that's literally the only thing she hasn't done in WWE. They kept teasing, oh, she's going to win it. Oh, she's going to win it. So if y'all not going to let her win it, stop using her as basically this grandmotherly figure as the best of all time. Stop insulting our intelligence. Let her go do something else. Like, I understand.
Do you think her husband, Mr. Tyson Kidd, would eventually go to AEW if she went and tried to wrestle?
I don't think he would try and wrestle. But I know
he's one person that's definitely retired once he said, yeah, I can't do it. I got to retire.
Like, I've seen, they've put up clips of him, like, being in the ring, like doing training and, like, staying in shape. But I feel like that's just, like, that's probably as far as he'll probably go. Right. And then on top of that,
that's just muscle memory, doing it on his own at that point.
A lot of it might just be, as the years have progressed now, it might just be like, oh, I'm too old to be trying to do all that. Like, I can do it sitting up here, like, training, playing around, but trying to do a match. He's probably like, oh, no. He probably would have been doing what Cookie's saying. Like, man, they paying me to sit and just put matches together. I'm good. Natty, you want to keep going out there?
No, it's not that we don't like Natty. It's that fantasy-wise, we know Natty is a walking -6. So we don't never pick her up. Natty is probably, we've said it time and time again, that Natty is probably one of the best technical wrestlers, male or female, on the WWE roster. We've said that plenty of times. Like, you honestly have to be a pretty good wrestler to grow up with, like, Brett and Owen as your bigger brother. But, like, Brett and Owen them as your uncles. You know what I mean? Your dad is Jim the Anvil Neidhart, like, crazy guy.
Like, right? Yeah, it's not that I'm not cool with her. It's just there's literally nothing left for her to do in WWE unless they want her to win the NXT title. Because when NXT started, initially, before it was even like really, really good, black and gold, when it was just Seth Rollins as the first champion, when they were trying to crown their first women's NXT champion, it was Paige and Natty. Natty didn't win. It's like they always have had, at some point in time during the NXT women's title history, it's the Natty shows up again. Oh, here's Natty trying to win it. She don't win. Natty shows up again. She don't win. All right, I see what y'all doing. She didn't won everything else. She's been the tag champion. She's been SmackDown, all them other champions, divas. because she's been around that long. At this point, that's why I said she's basically a grandmotherly figure.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing stop insulting our intelligence and let her.
You know what it is? And you know what? I'm not even gonna say a grandmotherly figure because she's not old. She's not really old. You know what I mean?
She's not old, but
she's not old at all.
That's basically how they treat her. Oh, here's Natty. It's
you
like
and me both. Oscar's older than her, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Like, my thing with Natty is too. My problem with Natty is the same problem Mongo has with Orange Cassidy. It's been the same thing year after year after year. Like, she has had no switch up in her persona.
Yeah, she's just been the boat. She got to the best of all time, and that's where they're just like, all right, she's gonna stay there. Just like R-Truth went from being serious, serious, face heel, then goofy. And we are settled. We love goofy R-Truth. We don't want to see face R-Truth. We don't want to see heel R-Truth. We want goofy. They ain't gave us. And Natty is face or heel. She's both.
Yo, since day one, and it's what's sad. Like, since day one, they've literally only associated her with Hart Foundation stuff. Like, she's never been her own. Her sister has some great ones.
Her sister has, she does stuff on the side, because I've seen that junk. I don't like her sister. Her sister irritates me. I'm on
Biggie left her.
I hate her.
Biggie left her.
But that girl annoys my soul. See, thank you, Reggie. She look every time she loses the damn. She don't never win the shit. She's never gonna win the shit. If she can't win it even right now in this era of the NXT women, where it's just Roxanne and a bunch of basically Kalanis, she ain't never gonna win shit.
Never. Well, I think we've covered everything for wrestling wise. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we definitely. I'm sure SmackDown tomorrow probably have more fallout from the Bloodline. Probably something they're building towards SummerSlam.
Yeah, we've definitely been electrifying.
Oh yeah,
folks, don't forget you can follow us at facebook.com/Under the Ring Pod and twitch.tv/Under the Ring Pod. You can also follow us at fingertip/Under the Ring Pod. Also, you'll see us at our Linktree/Under the Ring Pod. There you'll find Greg Bush SK. You'll find me, Rock Ribs 44. You'll find Mike, Mr. Freshbeard, the final Matty at the right answer, Street Team Captain Borio Mariente, and special correspondent Justin D. Baxley. Folks.
Oh no, I don't kiss toes, baby. I don't mess with feet.
That's a whole nother podcast that I can't get into right now. I'm pretty sure I got a niece watching somewhere. So with that being said, y'all be safe. I am going to enjoy my little 3-day weekend. And as always, folks,
do the dime. Hey.
What up, bitch?
Shout out Frank Time, man.